The path from Sacramento and the Giants' top affiliate, the AAA River Cats, to Oracle Park in San Francisco is a route that prospects work to make a reality. And taking that road can, of course, result in a few twists and turns. That path followed by Tristan Beck, it's a noteworthy one. He's a Southern California native, drafted 3 times, played college ball in the Bay Area, but began his professional career with the Braves organization before a trade landed him in the orange and black. Now, after a successful 2022 season spent mostly in Sacramento, he's starting to feel at home and make his mark with the Giants pitching staff.
Absolutely, and part of that has been the adjustment to the bullpen. Obviously coming up as a starter, I feel like I've struggled at almost every level. I've had struggles, had times where I've really been kind of searching for some answers. So on the starting end of that, I feel like there's no situation I haven't been in. And so now switching to the bullpen, just kind of trying to figure out how some of those lessons I've learned can be adjusted, how I can apply them to these new situations that I find myself in now.
Probably the best I've ever seen him was in big league camp. And and he opened a lot of eyes and opened doors for him, and he finds himself in the big leagues, which is a great story and a great telltale sign for the rest of these guys as well, to see, hey, hard work does pay off, and getting better every day and just trying to improve.
Obviously it's been some a little different than the PCL stadiums that you pitch in, and like I said, the bullpen life is a pretty stark adjustment.
Touted as a 2015 top draft pick coming out of high school, Beck opted to take the college route. The minor leagues would have to wait because Stanford was calling, and his long family history with the Cardinal was an opportunity he couldn't pass up.
The goal was always to, try to get into Stanford academically and maybe walk on the baseball team, maybe see if I could make that happen in some regard. But, obviously things took a little better path for me, and I was fortunate enough to get my scholarship and then, play 3 years there.
2022 was a banner season for Beck, splitting time between AA Richmond and AAA Sacramento. He struck out 116 batters over 111 innings. He averaged over a strikeout per inning, and his largest workload as a pro was rewarded.
So I actually interviewed him when we were in Reno. I pulled him aside for a pregame interview, and it immediately strikes you that he's a Stanford guy. He's very intelligent and he speaks very well. The news came out a little while later that he got called up, and then the next day I think he had this long flight to Miami, and it was well documented. But really good guy, and I was really excited for him.
But that's our job, saying goodbye, and that's what we want to say. We want to say goodbye, and not in a bad way. Obviously we want him heading to San Francisco, and if we could, we'd love for all of them.
It seems like a bit of destiny he would become a Giant, and he has his parents to thank for that.
From an early age, it's one of the first things I learned was we hate the Dodgers, and my mom grew up here in the Bay Area down in Los Altos. So of course they were raised Giants fans, but growing up it was, at all costs, we got to make sure those Dodgers don't win. My dad, his famous saying was, eventually I hope that my favorite team will be whoever you play for, and then whoever's playing the Dodgers. Those are my 2 favorite teams.